Uh, I guess let's start off. Just talk about that game. Hunter Stan- Hunter Stanley, what he did on the mound. Can you just talk about that?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, just phenomenal outing for him. We always talk about quality starts, and I think that's a 5 star. As far as grading a start for sure. But tip of the hat to their guy too. He pitched really well, and both clubs, really rode the backs of their pitchers and throwing up zeros. So, but Hunter be able to go out there and cover 9 innings. I hate that he didn't get the win, but I can tell you right now, the person that Hunter Stanley is, he would tell you, I don't care about that. I'm just glad the team got the win, and that's what he's all about. But to cover 9 innings, only give up 2 hits, no walks, 16 strikeouts, that's pretty dominant performance.
Were y'all close there in the ninth when there was one out when he got that hit with one out to go and getting him, or was there no thought about it at that point because he'd been pitching so well?
Yeah, no, he only pitched, he was at 104 pitches. I thought, and Oz did too, velocity felt like what was really his strong point tonight. And he commanded that fastball. And there wasn't any talk about that. Obviously, there was talk if we didn't get it done in the ninth to our options going into the 10th inning. But, he was for sure going through the ninth. Tyler,
Yeah, Coach.
there you are.
Talk about, obviously it's a different format with getting a man on second there in the extra inning, but for you guys to come through, and I know Will, he had that hit in the 8th where it looked like it was going to fall in the gap, and guy made a great catch. So for him to come back in the 10th and do his job, just how good was it to see that?
Well, it was terrific because, he's such a gamer. He's a competitor. And you're right, there in the 8th inning, I believe it was, when we had runners at second and third. And boy, he had a great at bat going, 2 strikes, and lines the ball to right center, which I thought for sure was going to plate the 2 runs and give us a 2-run lead going into the ninth. But their center fielder, boy, he made a heck of a catch. He not only did he get a terrific jump on the ball, but he was able to dive there at the end. And I was kind of hoping that it hit off his glove and it kept rolling, but he popped right up and showed everybody that he had made a great catch and a game saver for sure. So, but there in the 10th, I think what was interesting is that there in the top of the 10th, Middle Tennessee had their fastest guy at second base who eventually scored on a safety squeeze. And then we start down 1 there in the bottom of the 10th with our fastest guy, Reed Trimble, who had lined out with a runner at second base there in the bottom of the 9th. So he starts at second base. And, I thought we did a great job that inning, really putting together some really good at bats. Charlie, I had no thought in bunting him, being left-handed, pull side, hoping he was going to get a ball that he could move him to third or even get him, a base hit, possible score him. And that's what he did, a 4-3. And then with the infield in, Sarge, who had a tough night at the plate, did just enough. And behind the speedy Trimble to be able to put the ball in play, took the second baseman to the bag side, and he had to readjust, and it was too late with Trimble being able to slide in there safe. So, Sarge, great job. Billy gets the hit by pitch with that. And then Danny, of course, with a base hit to left. And, it was just they're playing in, no way to score him. And then that brings up Will in a great situation with less than 2 outs, runner at third and the winning run. And he was able to elevate a ball out to the outfield and get that sacrifice fly. Game over.
Coach, did they? What was their explanation? Umpires to you there with the balk call. Did they say he didn't stop? What
Yeah,
did
just
what did he do there to call that?
didn't come set. So, unfortunate for us because now that put the speedy runner there in a position to get in and take a lead, which exactly they did. They missed a safety squeeze the pitch before, and then they were able to execute it, and we couldn't handle it. And like I said, their guy was the fastest guy on the team, and he pressured it and was able to get in there safe.
Just talking about the extra innings a little bit because it's so different this year with having the man on second. What have you kind of learned about just your approach to that? And I guess it may be a game by game thing, like you said, having Charlie up, you didn't want to bunt him over. I guess what have you learned over the year about
Well,
kind of approaching?
Well, it's all about where you are in your lineup. In all honesty, who's at second. Fortunately tonight it was our fastest guy at second base. Charlie's not a good bunter in that situation, and when you have a runner at second base, it's much different than starting a guy at first base because now it takes a double play threat out of the way. Charlie being left-handed, he's trying to get a ball he can pull to get him to third base. And like I said, get him in, get him over, and possibly even get him in with a base hit. But I think it all falls where that lineup is and who's at bat. Is he a good bunter? You're going to start a guy at second base with nobody out, scoring position. But, if the guy's not a good bunter, then you're going to kind of waste an out, try to get him to third base. So, it's just kind of how it lines up.